So I got another question on one of my videos, and maybe I should turn this into a series, I don't know yet. So the question was, how can I earn more as a freelancer or remote worker to meet the income requirement for Spain's digital nomad visa? It's such a great and valid question, and honestly, I think it's one of the biggest things holding people back from moving abroad. And the obvious answers are you book more clients, you take on a second remote job, or you raise your rates. But as many freelancers or remote workers know, that's often easier said than done. Especially after COVID, when remote work became mainstream and the talent pool suddenly went global. So, what else can you do? For me, it's simple. You learn new skills, you upskill, or you improve your current skills. Here's the thing. What if I told you that everything you learned about remote work 5 years ago is already obsolete? And that while you're watching this video, thank you for that by the way, someone somewhere is learning the skill that's going to replace yours. Do you think it's harsh? Maybe, but is it true? Absolutely. To give you some context, I've been in the remote work game long enough, 10 years to be exact. I've seen entire careers disappear overnight, but I've also seen complete beginners build remote careers from their bedroom. And do you want to know the difference? It's not talent, it's not luck, it's something much simpler. In this video, I am sharing the brutal truths about remote work that nobody wants to tell you, and the exact strategy to make sure you're never left behind. The first brutal truth, your skills have an expiration date. All of them. So let me paint you a picture. We're back in 2019, you're crushing it as a social media manager. Facebook ads are your thing, clients love you, and money's good, naturally. And fast forward to today, iOS 14 destroyed Facebook tracking. TikTok ate Facebook's lunch, and AI tools do in seconds what took you hours to do. Now, those Facebook ads specialists, many of them are now struggling to find work. And this isn't their fault, they just made one critical mistake. They stopped learning and improving their skills. Because you see, in the digital world, standing still isn't standing still, it's moving backwards. While you're comfortable with your current skills, the market is constantly evolving, platforms are changing, and someone somewhere is becoming the expert in whatever is coming next. The second brutal truth, global competition means average won't cut it anymore. And here's where the geography myth comes in. Your zip code stopped mattering the moment you got internet access. Geography isn't your limitation anymore, but here's what is. When geography stops being a barrier, your competition becomes everyone, everywhere. You're not competing with Michelle from the same city, you are competing with Isabel from Mexico City, or Raj from Bangalore, or Shen from Shanghai. You have to understand that remote work is a whole different ballgame. A bit of disclaimer though, for remote workers in developing countries, you could or will experience geographical or location discrimination, but that is another story that I've discussed in my last video. So you may ask, how do you win in a global marketplace? Again, valid question, and the answer is leverage. You should know this by now, but most freelancers compete on price, but that is a race to the bottom you'll never win, because someone somewhere will always do it cheaper. So instead, you need to flip the script and become exceptional. Because when you're exceptional at what you do, clients come to you, you set the rates, you choose the projects you want to work on, and you build a waiting list. So a follow-up question, how do you become exceptional? It's not about talent, it's about focus. Focusing on what you can control, and you start with your work experience. So every project teaches you something, even the disasters, especially the disasters, because you learn a lot through failure. And then there's knowledge. Information is free, and before you consider buying courses, check first free resources on YouTube, on different blogs or courses. It's all there. The question is, are you consuming it? And then of course there's application. This is where most people fail. They learn but don't apply. They watch tutorials but never practice. You have to understand that knowledge without application is just entertainment. And lastly, iteration. You have to learn, apply, fail, adjust, succeed, systemize, rinse, and repeat. And you have to make this your default operating system. Now let's talk about the experimentation trap. If you're just starting, here's my advice: experiment, but set a deadline. Try different things, test different platforms, explore different niches, but give yourself 6 months or maybe a year maximum. And you know why deadline is important? Because perpetual experimentation is procrastination in disguise. Let me say that again. Perpetual experimentation is procrastination in disguise. Let me tell you that I've seen people 3 years into freelancing still figuring out their niche. And for me, that's not exploration, that's fear of commitment. So my advice really is find what energizes you, find what you're naturally good at, then go all in. Because you have to understand that the market rewards specialists, not generalists, who are pretty good at everything. That said, do you want to know what's actually making money right now? Here's what I'm seeing. So first is Amazon account management. This is actually what I do, and I've been doing this for 8 years. So you have to understand that every business wants to be on Amazon. Few people know how to do it right, but if you master the ins and outs of Amazon Seller and Vendor Central, then you'll have more clients than you can handle. There's also Amazon advertising. It's like Google Ads, but with buyers ready to purchase. You learn PPC, sponsored products, and DSP. The demand is insane. And then of course, there's TikTok Shop. This is the future of e-commerce. If you can manage TikTok shops, coordinate creators, and build affiliate networks, consider yourself golden. And of course, you shouldn't miss AI automation. Nowadays, every business wants AI. Almost none know how to implement it properly. So bridge that gap and go from there. And lastly, video editing. It's thriving right now because video content is everywhere and it needs to be quick, polished, and emotionally compelling. So of course, these aren't the only opportunities, but they're the ones I'm seeing in high demand for right now. And to give you an example, at the start of this year, I challenged myself to step into something uncomfortable, and I chose YouTube and video editing. I've never been great at posting on social media, but I knew I had an edge. My life experiences give me a unique story to share using long-form video content, and I consider this my unfair advantage. Now, video editing, on the other hand, terrified me. So I leaned into that fear, deciding to see if it was really as intimidating as it looked. And after 2 weeks of binging tutorials and learning the basics, I finally hit publish. And here we are today with 32 videos posted and no end in sight. Not yet anyway. So you may ask, was this new skill helpful? Absolutely. Not only can I apply YouTube and video editing to my remote work, but they've also become valuable assets in growing my other businesses. Now let's talk some reality check. Not gonna lie, here's what nobody tells you about remote work. It's not easier than traditional work, it's harder. Yes, you get to save time on traffic, but you are your own boss, IT department, accountant, and marketer. It's not more stable, it's actually less stable because clients can disappear overnight, platforms can change, and economies can crash. And it's not for everyone because it requires discipline most people don't have. But here's what it is: it's location independent, giving you the freedom to work from anywhere. It has the potential to earn without limits, and it provides opportunities to build something that's truly yours. So, if you want to increase your remote work income or get started, this is the blueprint. The question is, what are you going to do with it? Before I end this video, here's a little challenge. Pick one skill from this video, just one. Commit to learning it for the next 30 days, not dabbling, not checking it out, actually learning it. Are you willing to do what it takes? Because remember, in remote work, your skills aren't just your toolkit, they are your only security. So, stop waiting, stop making excuses, stop procrastinating, and just start learning. Your future self will thank you. And that is it. If you found this video helpful, feel free to like and share. And if you're feeling generous, why not subscribe? As always, if you have questions, drop a comment below or send me an email. See you in the next video and thank you for watching. Hasta luego.